Okay, today is our side-by-side comparison of the InstantPot 3-quart Mini Duo and the InstantPot IP-LUX 6-quart. And one is exactly half the size of the other. So let's take a look at the inner pots. So you can get an idea. Again, one is exactly half the size of the other. The Mini is 5 inches deep. The 6-quart is about 6.5 inches deep. Take the cups out here that I have. Take a look at the inside of the Mini, the trivet for the Mini, and the trivet for the Mini pot. You can see quite the difference, especially in the height above the base water level, which is interesting to me how much of a difference that is. So let's get on to some feature differences. Okay, on your iPod 3-quart, the Mini Duo, you have pressure cook, which is your manual button, if you're accustomed to seeing manual on your InstantPot. Then we have, of course, the cancel button. The delay start button does the same thing as the delay start button on all other InstantPots. The saute button does the same as all other InstantPots. Just a note, when you're using saute, you do not have the lid on at all. Slow cook, same as the other InstantPots. Pressure level is the adjust button if you're used to seeing adjust on your InstantPot. It goes from less to normal, it goes from low to high, and the plus and minus buttons go from low to normal to high. The keep warm button, of course, is the same as you're accustomed to. The InstantPot Mini Duo does have a yogurt setting, and there's several different things you can do with that. As if you have an InstantPot that has a yogurt setting, you can do the same with the InstantPot Mini. One thing I really like about the Mini is that it has a specific bean and chili setting. And I can tell you, I tried this out according to plan, according to the book, and I soaked my pinto beans overnight, and I did the bean setting for 9 minutes, and they were perfect. Now in the manual, it will tell you that the levels here between less, normal, and more depends on how firm you want your beans and what you're going to be doing with them. The manual will go over that with you. I like mine, more. The steam button is the same the bean and chili setting is a pressure cooking setting. Okay? Now, to the steam. The steam is also a pressure cooking setting. Same as all other Instant Pots. This has a meat and stew, which I will probably never use unless it's a stew. That I haven't even read about because I don't use meat at all. But if I'm going to do a stew, I'm going to do manual, so, or that kind of thing. Excuse me. So for porridge, this would be oatmeal or grits or something like that. That is also a pressure cooking setting. This is soup or broth. And then, of course, you have your rice setting. Again, for rice, depends on the last normal or more setting that you give it as to what the outcome is going to be. The porridge replaces the mine, as you'll see here on my 6-quart when we get to it, mine has a porridge and a multigrain setting. This does not have a multigrain setting. This also does not have a cake setting. It does not have an egg setting. And it does not have a slow cook setting. So my estimation is, and I'll have to look at the book a little closer. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. It does have a slow cook setting. My apologies. And then, so there are some subtle differences as to what the mini duo mini will do versus the 6-quart Lux. Let's take a look at the 6-quart. Alright, this is the InstantPot IP-LUX. It is a 6-quart InstantPot. There are some nicer, fancier ones out there, but since I live alone and I just cook for me, this is ideal for my particular needs. Again, let's go over the different variations here. The Keep Warm, which I can't remember if I mentioned it, but the Keep Warm is right here. The Keep Warm will automatically go on. It's set to be an automatic thing, so whatever you do in here, there'll be a green light on here, which means it's going to go into auto keep warm. If you don't want that to happen, just push the button in and hold it for a couple seconds. The specific directions are in the manual, and you can turn that feature off. Okay, so let's get back to the 6-quart. Okay, I'm trying to get this position. Please excuse my there we go. Alright, 6-quart, we'll go from right to left. Slow cook, keep warm or cancel, delay start, that is, you want to soak your beans overnight and start them first thing in the morning, you can do that. This is a manual button, which is the pressure cook button on the Duo Mini. I use this button more than I use any other button. Saute, of course, that's lid off. Saute. So is slow cook. You do not want to slow cook unless your lid is in the steaming, in the venting position, or you have a glass lid for your Instant Pot. This is an egg setting. I never use it. Don't even want to know what it's for. Adjust is okay. So you'll adjust for less, normal, more here. There's the delay start. Of course, steam. Steam is really good, and what I love to use this for is potatoes. I can put a 5-pound bag of potatoes in this Instant Pot after I've cleaned them, put them on the rack, and in 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. If I'm doing sweet potatoes, I'll go 5. If I'm doing regular potatoes, I'll just go 3. And steam them, boom, they're done. You can take the skins off, bag them up, put them in the freezer, or put them in the refrigerator, however you like, so you can batch cook and pull them out as you need them. Porridge is oatmeal for me. I use this for oatmeal. Now I'll be using the 3-quart because I don't have to dig out this great big one just for my oatmeal. Again, the adjust buttons is, you know, more or less time. Wait, let me show you. Okay, so when you go, okay, so I can go manual for 22 minutes. The adjust or the minus, it takes you down in the minutes, okay? The more or less setting here, I think is kind of, once you set what you want, you can adjust that less, normal, and more. Cake, I've never used this for cake, ever. Ever. Don't know how. Wouldn't make it. I don't know that I wouldn't. I just don't know how, and I haven't. And I don't need to be eating cake, so that's pretty much where that is. Meat or stew. I've always just used manual or slow cook. Like for stew, like my cabbage stew that I made in a previous video, vegetable stew. I've always just used manual or manual to pressure cook it, or if I'm doing stew, I'll go slow cook and just put the minutes accordingly. So I haven't really used this. Multigrain is what I use for brown rice or whole wheat noodles, or whole wheat rice, that kind of a thing. I anticipate if I'm going to be batch cooking my rice, I'll be using the bigger one, multigrain setting, because I'm really familiar with that. If it's just me and I'm making just, for dinner or the next morning, I'll use the 3-quart rice setting. But I know this one, for what I need for this Instant Pot, I know that my whole grain rices will do excellent on that setting. Soup or broth, I use this. First I'll manually steam up my vegetable scraps and get them nice and cooked. Then I'll put them in the water that I steamed with and add some more vegetable broth to manually cook it again to make my vegetable broth. Rice, of course, is self-explanatory. So, those are your basic differences between the 3-quart and the 6-quart Instant Pot. I am not a professional at any of this. I am only going by my personal experiences, and I've had my 3-quart for like 2 days. So I'm really rookie at this. I hope this somehow helps you decide which one you want. I am grateful to my subscriber who gifted me this 3-quart Instant Pot. I appreciate it so very much, and I want to send out love to all of my subscribers that have giving hearts and are very generous. So there's your comparison. I'll come back to make some comments in just a moment. Please stand by. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed my little comparison thing. It's as rookie as it gets. I was hoping to use my little clip here, but that didn't work out too good. So, I love my Instant Pots, y'all. I really, really do. And I am, like I said, I'm so grateful and blessed that I have them. They do make your life a whole lot easier. And when you're wanting to do 2 or 3 and you're hungry, like right now, just because you set something to cook in 3 minutes doesn't mean it's going to take 3 minutes. It is going to have to heat up the water. The big workaround about that is to put some water or hot water in the Instant Pot, and it'll heat up a lot faster. If you want to, you can put some water in, hit saute on high, heat that water up really good, then do your steam. That's okay too. That just adds a little bit more time. So if you're like me, I set it and I forget it. And let it do its thing. So thank you for watching. I hope this is helpful to you. If you have any other suggestions, or if you know how to use some of the buttons that I don't use, please comment below and let us know so all of us can learn at the same time. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.